wonderful morning. We got a big week ahead. It is SCP, Summary of Economic Projections, and then we get the Fed. But now, what's so interesting, the drama from Friday. If you guys remember the Iranian war and Israel, there was a lot of fighting over the weekend. But projections, but the fact that they did not hit any of the Iranian oil facilities, and the Iranians haven't talked about the Strait of Hormuz. Oil is still up because of what happened, but now you're getting a little bit of relief. Now, I have a lot of people, I'm already hearing this morning, everybody's talking about the war. Make no mistake, we were ready for all of this last week because we were preparing for Jerome Powell. And now, Jerome Powell, that happens here in 2 days. So get ready for that. I think that's going to be the big event. We might get some volatility leading us into it. But other than that, Chatadonia, you're going to find out the theme for this summer very, very shortly. So, Chatadonia, how you feeling, baby? Today, I don't know. We're going to see. Today might be short-lived, but good morning. Ho, ho, ho. What up, baby? How you doing, visionary? Oh, good day, Stark, Sin City, Mr. Weber, Blizzy, Dave, Sean, Murphy, Hanzo, Zoraj. Good morning, baby. What up, Mr. Fahar? What up, Zach? How you doing, Forrest Gump? Good morning, PNC, ready to go. Hey, Ray, yee, Dakota, Mayhem, Mitch Matsono, Tyree, good morning. What up, Feed the Cats, Jacob, and Austin, Chris, Dave, Dakota, to the chat. Oh, what's up, baby? What up, lad? What up, Johnny P. Godfather, Rocky Top, Kang, Jim W, Mr. Prabo, Brandon. Oh my goodness. Well, happy Monday. Happy Monday. So, I'm going to have Josh AI do the news for you. And then again, I don't know. We're going to see. So, if you don't know, over the weekend, YouTube, you remember how I was like deleting all those videos? And I was telling you how, like, when we talk about what's going on, we got to be careful. And even though my full intention is giving you guys the information ahead of everybody in the world and having you save 10%, you know that, right? And we have to move and everybody gets all weird. Well, after last week, so I hope you guys were there to watch last week, from what we called out to being ahead of it, all the warnings, you know, a little, right? All that. So yeah, I got in trouble for a video from 6 years ago. So yeah, I didn't get in trouble for last week. I didn't get in trouble for anything, but actually, apparently, I did something wrong 6 years ago, and I am doing harmful and dangerous content. So here's the deal, Chad. I don't know. After I found this video, because I have the video evidence of proof, like it's completely incorrect, and it's like actually a flawed system. But what I need from you, I don't know. We might start the next video. I might not, but. Yeah, I need you to interact with this tweet and let them know. It's ridiculous. So take a look, and then I'm going to play Josh AI with your news. I still have that. Yeah, look, it's crazy. So I get a 6-year video. I get the, they do the mass reporting, and then it says harmful and dangerous content. But look, this one's crazy. Here, you'll see it. All right, this is crazy. This is the policy training or re-education camp. And this question related to financial advisors. It's saying what is allowed. If you put the wrong answer and you say, is this a violation? Yes, it is. It says that's correct, even though it's saying it's wrong. When I did the correct answer, it gave me this. He said, no, that's not a violation if you tell people, again, there's risks in the stock market. So you're saying, yeah, that's right. Well, it doesn't actually let you go, and it makes you try again. The whole entire system is flawed. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. YouTube. Why am I being punished for it? All right, this is crazy. So, yeah, retweet that video. It's because, again, I'm like, bro, I was getting pretty bothered, but then that is, like, I think very objective evidence. So essentially, every video right now on YouTube is vulnerable in finance to getting reported because, yeah, literally they say the system's wrong. If you put the wrong answer, it thinks you're right, and vice versa. And we are getting punished for that. Again, either way, though, here is Josh AI with the news. Good morning. Happy on Power Week. They want to do this on Power Week. Good morning. Futures rise as conflict spillover fears subside. U.S. stock futures staged a rebound and oil prices fell as investors grew confident that the conflict between Israel and Iran will remain contained. S&P 500 contracts rose 0.5% as dip buyers moved in following a pullback in the U.S. benchmark of more than 1% on Friday. European and Asian stocks also advanced, Brent crude dropped 0.8% after initially spiking on the back of weekend attacks between the two arch adversaries. Gold slipped 0.3% from an all-time high. Treasuries retreated on concerns that persistently higher energy prices could stoke inflation, with the 10-year yield rising 3 basis points to 4.43%. The outbreak of hostilities between Israel and Iran on Friday disrupted the momentum that had driven the S&P 500 back near record levels and reversed April's tariff-fueled losses. While markets initially adopted a cautious risk-off stance to assess how the conflict might unfold, sentiment improved on Monday as investors grew more confident that the attacks were unlikely to draw in more parties. The situation in the Middle East is not making the market shake, and it's likely it will stay that way as long as there is no major escalation, said Enguerrand Artaz, a fund manager at La Financière de l'Echiquier. Markets are riding strong momentum. The mood overall is still very much about buying the dip. Oil gave up another sharp gain on Monday as ongoing attacks have so far spared key export infrastructure. There's also been no blockage of the vital Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that handles roughly a fifth of the world's daily crude shipments. The market currently anticipates a limited conflict, though there is little indication that hostilities will end quickly, said Jochen Stanzel, chief market analyst at CMC Markets. It is expected that fighting will continue unabated this week, albeit on a limited scale, and some strategists were more circumspect and cautioned that the S&P 500 remained vulnerable, especially as valuations look stretched. The broader the Middle East conflict becomes and the longer it lasts, the more negative it will be for U.S. stocks, said RBC Capital Markets LLC's team, led by Lori Calvasina. In a worst-case scenario, they see the S&P 500 returning to its April lows if the attacks drive up energy prices, and in a less severe case, the index may fall about 13%, the strategist said. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will likely highlight increased uncertainty when policymakers meet this week about interest rates this week, noted Mohit Kumar, chief European strategist at Jefferies International. The tone would likely be that there is no hurry to cut rates, but the Fed will be ready to respond if economic conditions so warrant, Kumar said. Corporate highlights. Toronto Dominion Bank is winning more Wall Street business trading bonds and doing it with fewer people. U.S. Steel rises as much as 5% in early trading. President Donald Trump approved Nippon Steel's $14.1 billion purchase of the company after giving significant concessions to the U.S. government, including a golden share that allows Washington a say in major decisions. EchoStar soars 49% after Trump urged the company and the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission to resolve a dispute over the company's valuable spectrum licenses. Kering SA shares surged as the owner of the struggling Gucci fashion label prepares to name the chief executive officer of Renault SA as its next CEO in a bid for a turnaround. Abu Dhabi National Oil Company has made an $18.7 billion offer for Australian fossil fuel producer Santos Limited in one of the most audacious overseas moves yet by the Middle Eastern company as it seeks to expand its production of liquefied natural gas. Blackstone Inc. and CVC Capital Partners PLC are among parties who have submitted initial bids for Cognita, one of the largest private school operators in the UK, according to people familiar with the matter. Top overnight news, geopolitics, Israel-Iran trade attacks for fourth day, Bloomberg, Reuters. Trump holds out hope for negotiations but says they may need to fight it out first. Bloomberg, Reuters vetoed Israeli plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader. BBC, Iran missile strikes kill civilians in Tel Aviv and Haifa as Israel vows swift retaliation. Reuters, Iran says won't negotiate over nuclear program while being attacked. Reuters, G7 summit opens in Canada amid Middle East turmoil and Trump's trade tensions. CNBC, UK PM Starmer voices confidence AUKUS security pact will survive. Trump administration review. Bloomberg, UK warns against all travel to Israel as RAF jets deployed amid escalating Iran conflict. FT, trade tariffs. EU president calls for defense unity over trade tensions with US. Reuters. Japan's Ishiba heads to G7 summit, seeks Trump's support to end auto tariffs. Reuters. Central banks. ECB's Nagel says flexibility key as uncertainty clouds rate path after latest cut. Bloomberg. ECB's De Guindos signals caution amid trade uncertainty and inflation risks. Reuters. Economists expect one more ECB rate cut in 2025 despite cautious signals. Bloomberg. BOE faces pressure for more rate cuts as UK economy stalls. Bloomberg. SNB poised to cut rates to zero amid deflation pressures. Bloomberg. Economists expect BOJ to keep interest rates unchanged Tuesday. Bloomberg. Multiple central banks to meet this week, with some expected to hold and others seen cutting by 25 BP. Bloomberg. With Fed expected to remain on hold, market will look to Chair Powell's comments for criteria that could warrant cut. Bloomberg. RBA will decide at July meeting whether to publish unattributed votes of board members. Bloomberg. Markets. Oil prices surge as Israel-Iran strikes raise fears of Middle East supply disruption. CNBC. European gas prices rally as Israel-Iran conflict raises fears of wider energy disruption. Bloomberg. JGB volatility spreading to other markets, with treasuries more sensitive to moves in Japan. Bloomberg. Japan Finance Minister Kato says in careful dialogue with market to ensure government bonds bought and sold in stable fashion. Bloomberg. China corporate bond defaults fall to almost zero in 2025 as government tightens control of market. FT. Washington. White House orders review of SpaceX contracts amid Trump-Musk feud, raising political and security concerns. Fox. Trump directs ICE to expand deportations in Democratic-run cities. AP. Economy. China's retail sales jumped 6.4% in May, fastest since 2023 as subsidies spur consumption. CNBC. China home prices see steepest drop in 7 months, renewing calls for market support. Bloomberg. London sellers slash prices as taxes and choice squeeze market. Bloomberg. Economists forecast German recovery in 2025, fueled by government spending. Bloomberg. Corporate. Amazon to invest $1.20 in Australian data centers, marking nation's largest tech commitment. Bloomberg. Victoria's Secret pressured by second activist investor, with Barrington Capital taking stake and planning to push for changes. Bloomberg. Nissan CEO reaffirms strong Renault partnership despite intent to reduce stake. Nikkei. A Renault CEO leading company to pursue opportunity with Caring. Reuters. There it is. Reuters. There's a more. S&P futures, they are up by 0.5. For a morning trading. Comes after U.S. equities sold off on Friday with all the major indexes down over 1. The Friday pullback also left stocks down for the week, with travel, leisure, retail, and apparel, and banks among the notable laggers. Energy, ag, chemicals, managed care, semis, builders outperform, as did crowded shorts. Treasuries much weaker across the curve, with yields up 1 to 3. Dollars up by 0.1. Gold is off by 0.6. WTI down by 1.2 and Bitcoin up by 1.9. Risk assets attempting a bounce following Friday's sell-off and big ramp-up in Middle Eastern tensions, while Israel and Iran continued exchanges over the weekend. Some semblance of reprieve surrounding the fact that Israel has largely avoided Iranian oil production and export facilities. Iran has not targeted U.S. facilities, and civilian casualties have been limited. When it comes to oil, no explicit threat from Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz, which is seen as the left tail risk scenario. Also, usual discussion on the street about equity market long-standing track record of largely ignoring geopolitics. Nothing in particularly incremental with trade, with G7 meetings not expected to produce any major breakthroughs. When it comes to reconciliation, focus this week expected to revolve around clearing provisions with the Senate, parliamentary and under the Byrd Rule. Recent White House discussion to pause immigration raids targeting farm and hospitality workers seen as a macro positive, though Trump calling on ICE to step up deportation push in blue states. Pretty quiet elsewhere. While China May activity data was mixed, the upside surprise from retail sales has received outsized attention. Quiet on the U.S. economic calendar this morning. Empire State Manufacturing posted surprise decline, slipping 6.8 from 16, and then expectations of 5.5. New orders, general business shipments weaker, but employment positive for the first time since January. Prices paid decelerated, though prices received rose. Tuesday brings retail sales, import prices, NAHB. Headline retail sales expected by 0.6 month over month. May housing starts and building permits out on Wednesday, along with jobless claims. June FOMC decision updated. SEP and Powell press conference set for Wednesday afternoon. U.S. markets closed for Juneteenth National Independence Day on Thursday. Not much corporate news. Google is the subject of a cover story this weekend in financial press that discussed how search is drying up across the web economy with the emergence of AI and threatening the whole internet. Search Giat? It says Giat on my news thing. Likely cushioned by cloud computing, autonomous driving, and its own AI strategies. X higher after Nippon reached agreement with White House to resolve national security concern, putting the $14 billion deal on track for completion. Amazon and Roku announced partnership. Sats up big on report Trump has intervened to push the company and FTC to resolve the dispute over Spectrum licenses. Temu, biggest shopping site owned by Pinduoduo, has resumed direct shipments from China to U.S. following latest round of China talks. Visco, targeted by another activist investor with Barrington Capital, having built a stake and planning to push for changes to the board and strategy. That's what it said, bro. I've raised. That's why I stopped 3 times and I sounded it out. And I said it says Giat. What do you want me to say? I'm here to give y'all the info. Apparently, that is against the rules, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. We got some pre-market movers. Circle, they're up by 10.5 off nothing. INSEE is up by 8.3. Trial results from 2 studies. Roku is up by 8. Ad partnership with Amazon. X is up by 4.9. White House releases executive order approving the deal. JBS up 4.5, initiated by a Goldman. SW 3.9, Jeffries upgrade. Celsius 3.9, TD upgrade. TEF up 3.1, sale of Telefonica Ecuador. Coin up 2.6, reportedly to receive license to operate in EU. RGC is up 96. Sats up 39. Trump pushing for resolution. EVEX up 7.7. Contract with RevQ. R&W up 6.2 off earnings. VSCO up 6.2. Barrington Capital. USAR 5.7 MOU with MOUG for neomagnets and data centers. MNTN up 5.3. WRD 4.7 MOU to launch AV pilot operation. ACHR is up by 4.6. Launch deal with IKN. And Vitis up 4. Insider buy. ACMR 3.4. Disclosure results. ACMR Shanghai annual meeting. Sweetgreens up by 3.3. Initiated overweight at Wells Fargo. Oh, dude, and you know what? Sweetgreens, I kind of don't want it anymore. You know why? Tell me why. Yesterday, we walked by a Sweetgreens, and I tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, let's go to Sweetgreens. I'm like, Mom, it's healthy. And she look at me, and she say, son, that place disgusting. I say, what? She said, you like it, but I said, no. Because I thought, no, because usually my mom the healthy one, bro. So mama don't get down with Sweetgreens. I was kind of surprised. Bro. DWSN up 426%. Stack up 130. Sage up 36 to acquire for 8.5 a share. CRML up 17. Neon up 16. Follow through on sentiment reports. JSPR up 12. Data from 180 milligram cohort of briquilimab and chronic inducible urticaria. That's crazy. UPXI is up by 11. Initiated overweight at Cantor. TE up 7.8. Selects Yates Construction. DFDV up 6.2, initiated overweight Cantor. AQST 5.6, FDA clearance of NDA. Anphilim type 1 allergic reactions. Uranium trading higher, trading lower. TTD down 2. Roku and Amazon. EOG down 1.6. SRPT down 40. Suspends Elevie shipment to non-ambulatory patients following second death. That's not good. Whoa. Yeah, those are terrible for pharma. I'd write that one down. FRO down 3, RBNE down 23.8, Cooler down 15.8, 1 for 8 reverse split. Cal 5.1 reports FDA will not meet PDUFA date. And then gold and silver miners trading lower. So Chattadonia, we got good time. We have good time. So let's get it out. Let's get it popping, baby. Let's get it all out the way. It's game time. But there is something more important than all of it, baby. You know that? Every single day. I love it! You know, because that's why, bro. You know, and I love it. And thank you guys for your support. Because at the end of the day, bro, I hope they get mad at doing good stuff. Because I have no shame. I don't care if they say, oh, they don't like it on the... I don't care, bro. God bless America. God bless our troops, baby. Every single day. So before we do it, it don't matter if it's a good day, a bad day, if they hoeing us or not, bro. For real. Every single day, 5, 6, 7 years, it does not matter, man. We really take this seriously, and I hope you do too. Before we chase the dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and never will, and that is the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the cult, I hope all of you could show this love and appreciation, and for real, bring it to real life, man. And veterans, if anybody should be getting a long-term investing, growing their money, it should be you. But all is one, bro. I truly hope that the culture, bro, and you see it, everybody go crazy, everybody want to protest, do all of this, but I feel like the OGs who were willing to do all of that was the vets, man. It was the people who literally volunteered for their country, stepped up at every corner, and from the times that a lot of us weren't even alive till now, they have been making that sacrifice. So veterans, the families, for real, I hope all of this content could truly help you, and we are all in your debt, and I hope if you have not served, you could show this love and appreciation day in and day out. So big shout out to the vets, and big shout out to anybody else out there giving back to their local communities, doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, anybody making their community run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Send it to judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horn. Ho ho! Oh ho! So Chad Adonia, good timing. Good timing. So let's do it. All right. Well, Chad Adonia, that is all that I have for you today, unfortunately. So I don't know. I might start the other video. I might just mute the audio. Maybe we stay on here, but like I said, I'm not gonna participate with this bullshit. You know, it's funny because even some of you already talk shit in the chat and then you tweet at me, but just remember, this last weekend was no kings, right? Wasn't this all about a protest against dictators? Was it not? So think about, what do you think this is? When objectively somebody is bending and misusing the rules to silence you. Do you think this would qualify as no kings? So especially with some of y'all supporting that, it's kind of odd. You're watching a conglomerate do something objectively incorrect. And so, yeah, I'm not going to stand for that. So let me, actually, I think I'll start the video. I'm going to keep this one up, and then we'll start the other one, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let me tell them all, and then we'll go from there. No, I didn't have a watch list. I mean, there's no point in posting. I mean, you got to think about it. What good is it of posting when I could go back and 6 years ago, my videos that did not violate the rules, you could trick a computer into it. It's kind of crazy. And that's after last week of all the stuff we talked about, which sadly, what's this? Yo, why does my OBS look so weird, bro? That looks crazy. So hold on. Let me close that. It won't close now. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. It feels like, why does it feel like Kamala won? Don't let them win, post more. Nah, I'm just gonna go to another platform or I'll be there. But this is what I was saying. If you guys want to help out, I mean, again, just at the bare minimum, 1,000 people every hour bugging them, I think we can make a change. Otherwise, if not, I'm not gonna force that on you. I need to go talk to my lawyers. They've already ignored 3 of my lawyer emails and 3 of my lawyer letters. So I have to handle that. I can't, otherwise. So if you want me to focus on this, I will have to. Otherwise, you guys could help me out. But yeah, my computer just broke too, though. So I can't get the other OBS up. Very weird. start of the YouTube. It might be. I mean, hey, it might all work out for the best. I'm not really bothered by it. That's why I'm like, I think it's a good time, though. I think it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity for the Chads who want free shit. I told you I need your help. Here's your opportunity to show it. Other than that, it's just like, what do you want me, like, they're objectively wrong. I just showed it. The system is telling you that the wrong answer is correct and the right answer is wrong. And then, or we just go and, again, you could go and hit any of the other videos. And literally everybody is exposed to it. I'm just the only one who gets all these weird people. But yeah, my computer just froze though. So I'm going to try to switch on over. But I might need to restart this all. Let me see. Task manager. Okay, that one worked. Yeah, meta. 2 minutes. Well, if I could do it. Otherwise, I might keep this up. I'll just mute it. But I did want to let those guys know what I'm looking for. But other than that, though, like I said, I mean, I'm just not playing around with it. And you guys, again, if they make it uncomfortable for me, they want it uncomfortable for you, is how I'm looking at it. So thanks, guys. Yeah, bro, my other OBS will not work. So I can't even open up another instance if I wanted to. All right, maybe we'll just move on over. I'll let them know, and then we'll kick them out. Well, yeah, lock in. My shit is not, literally, I got to do technical shit. I got technical. I got lawyers. I got to do some other stuff now. That's what they want, Habibi. That's what they want. But yeah, like I'm saying, 1,000 people every hour. That's what, 20% of our audience? I think that should get somebody's attention if you want to help. All right. Okay, let me see. I'll switch it on over. I will see you there. We'll go to that video, and then worst case, we'll either members only or it'll just be muted. So if not, if I don't see you, follow me on Twitter. And again, once YouTube fixes this shit, we'll be back to normal when there's not a fear of intimidation or threat. All right, baby. I'll see you on over. Peace.